This is $50,000. If you were to try to make this money relying on federal minimum wage, it would take you 6,897 hours. That's over 172 weeks working full time. So if we want to make money, obviously that system is out. We all know entrepreneurs are the ones making real wealth. This guy's out there making 50 grand in a single month. I want to know how they do it, and I got the perfect guy to tell me. Meet Nathan Aaron. He started a company called Coach With Us. They specialize in helping coaches and consultants build their agency to 50 grand a month. Over the past couple years, he's worked with over 400 clients, and some of his top clients are clearing over 7 figures a month. I had to know what they were doing, so I got him to give me their exact strategy. Nathan proved to me that you don't need 100 grand to build a successful business. In fact, you can create massive success with much less than that. To show me this in practice, I asked Nathan to give me a step-by-step process of how he would take $15,000 and turn it into a $50,000 a month business. And I even convinced him to show us the exact funnel he used to do over 7 figures with his agency. So if you'd like to implement these strategies in your business to add an additional 50K in revenue, make sure to stick through the whole thing so you can steal his exact process. That being said, let's start with where he would spend his first $5,000. So let's say I'm a coach and I come to you and I got 15 grand. And I'm like, Nathan, turn this into a $50,000 a month business. How would you do it?
So you have $15,000. You want to get to the point where you're making $50,000 a month. I would create an ad, a video ad, with maybe 3 to 6 different variations of the hooks, and make sure that we're really, really diving deep into what it is that person wants, connecting deeply. And then I would take a small amount of ad budget and I would test those ads. And I would just run those ads to a counter page. That's it, nothing else. No sales video, no funnel, no nothing, just straight to a calendar page. And I would test it. And I would keep doing that until there was a sale. And I would determine whether it was successful or not based on obviously the metrics. What's the cost per book call? And what's the cost per acquisition, which essentially is how much money did I spend until I got one sale.
When you have an idea, it's key when you bring it to market to make sure there's demand. The best way to do this is to start with 3 to 6 ad creatives, diving into their pains, fears, and desires until you're able to get an ad that converts. To start off, we're gonna take the first 5 grand to spend on that. What's so important about this first step is it doesn't waste any money on a funnel or a website or a logo. First, you have to validate your idea in the marketplace. This is the biggest mistake that entrepreneurs make. A lot of times they have an idea that they're really passionate about, but they end up wasting thousands of dollars building an infrastructure before they have any data that the market actually wants what they're selling. So before you waste any money on anything other than lead acquisition, make sure you've actually validated your idea in the marketplace, because everything else is going to support that idea once it's validated. And you don't want to waste your money just to find out that no one wants what you have to offer. Now, once you're able to find something that works, you need to make sure that you have product market fit.
The other thing that I think is really key is product market fit. And the way I see product market fit is if I sell you something and I'm like, dang, I really don't want to get rid of this thing, but I really need the money. Okay, here you go, Jackson. You can have it. Thanks for the money. And then I look at the money after you leave and I go, damn, why did I give that to him? This isn't that much money. Then that's not good product market fit for me. On your side, same exact scenario, selling the same thing. You're like, I don't really want this thing, but I know Nathan needs the money. So here you go, man. And then you get in your car and you're holding the thing that you just bought and you're like, this isn't worth that much. Why'd I buy this? This is silly. I was just in the moment. That's bad product market fit. Great product market fit is I'm at my house. I have negative $50 in my bank account and the lights go off. And I go, oh shoot, I need to figure out this right now. It's 3 a.m. I don't care. I borrow the money at 3 a.m. because I need my lights on. I'm going to figure it out no matter what, because I need that. That's great product market fit. So if you have a service that everyone absolutely positively needs, and if that turns off, they're panicking and they're calling you and they're figuring it out regardless of their financial situation, that's the best product market fit. And so that's what I would call like playing the video game on easy mode. You don't need to sell them on stuff. You can just simply be like, hey, here's this thing. And they go, of course I need that. Give it to me, thanks.
Once a client pays you, That doesn't mean that you have a good business, even if the advertising is profitable. A successful business also requires having a product that actually retains and provides value for your end consumer. And just because you're good at selling it doesn't mean that your product is good at retention. That retention will be the key to longevity. You can measure this through metrics like churn rate, which is how quick someone stops a subscription when they start working with you, or through other feedback like reviews or customer satisfaction scores. Once you're able to have a profitable acquisition and that client has a pleasant experience, that's when you know you're onto something. But product market fit isn't just about how your client feels, it's also about how you feel.
If you can find a match between something you're passionate about, your ikigai, something that you're passionate about, that the world needs, and that you're skilled at, take that and then you match that with product market fit and you have a winning solution. The reason that I really recommend that people spend a lot of time in the beginning figuring out what they want to do, and I don't mean overthinking it, I mean actually testing. Test this, test that, test this, test that. If they have the time and they're not going to run out of money, is because that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life if it works.
One of the big takeaways here is to remember that there's a million ways to make money. But if you don't enjoy the process of fulfillment, you'll put yourself in a position where you become a prisoner to your own success. This will lead you to inevitably self-sabotaging and burning yourself out. And that's not a sustainable business model. So make sure that you don't just have product market fit for your clients, but you also have product market fit for yourself. Now that we've been able to create a product that's profitably acquiring clients and we're happy with the fulfillment process, now it's time to go all in. This is when you invest in things like sales funnels to allow you to improve your conversion rate so you can create higher margins on your product.
So once you have something that you're really excited about, that you love doing, that the profit margins are great, then that's the time that you just start building on that. You're like, okay, what's next? Next, I need to convey the power of this thing and also make it easier on myself to make these sales. Because if you're running people to a sales page, chances are you're going to have to convince them to buy. But if you have a video, then that video can drastically decrease the amount of time that you're spending on calls and allow people to have a really clear understanding of what to do.
That is what Nathan specializes, building systems that allow you to book way more calls and have much more leads on those calls as well. We do that through a two-step process. First, you have an opt-in page where you get their name, email, phone number. Then you send them to a landing page where there's what's called a video sales letter. This video is going to warm up the prospect so they have a better idea of who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. If they don't end up booking a call on that second page, since we got their information on the opt-in page, this will allow us to trigger what's called an automation sequence. That will automatically text and email them to get a conversation started to get them on your calendar. Now, if they don't reply to that automation sequence and they don't book through your calendar, that automation sequence will fire again 24 hours later, following up with them so no prospects fall through the cracks. This is typically why most people end up not having profitable advertising in the long run. It's not that they don't have leads, it's that when you're dealing with hundreds of leads, it's impossible to stay on top of all these people and follow up with them continuously. This is where we want to put the rest of our budget once we found something that worked, so we can create a model where none of our leads fall through the cracks and everyone that comes into our ecosystem either becomes a client or becomes someone on our phone number or email list that we can tap back into in the future. So to reiterate everything Nathan said, first, you need to test the market and validate your idea. Once that idea is validated, you need to fulfill and determine whether or not that's something you want to commit to long term. Through that process, you're going to get feedback on whether or not that was a good thing or a bad thing that you fulfilled and what you need to do to fix it. Or you might go through that process with one or two clients and go, this is a nightmare, I don't want to do this with anyone else. And then that allows you to move on without having to spend 5 to 15 grand building out the proper infrastructure with a sales funnel. Then from there, all you have to do is reinvest the money you put into ads back in and you'll be able to scale. If you have a cost per acquisition of $800 on a 5K offer, you're gonna make $4,200. And over time, you're gonna be able to scale that business to $50,000 a month and beyond. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below, or you can reach out to me on Instagram. I'll be happy to provide any clarification, and I'll see you in the next video.